You know, I see people who's women who are men too, who go through situations like that and have a hard time being a parent. Quite often their spouse has to pick up extra because they're having a hard time with it. And the biggest problem is that it prevents them from feeling positive feelings as often as they could. So they'll say, I don't love my children, or I can't feel, I don't feel happy very often. I grew up in a family, for example, where neither of my parents were able to go to college. They were very well read, and they saw education as the way to advance the opportunities for their children. When I asked my mother about what to do or what she thought I could do, she said, it doesn't matter so much as long as you prepare yourself to be good at what you do, but then also to help other people. And then she said that will be more important to you than the money you make. Because if you go through life and you find ways to be of help, then you'll be satisfied, you'll feel more fulfilled. I started out with, like a lot of college students do, I wasn't sure. I took my general education classes and tried to see which of those, would motivate me or be interested in. What happened is that I finished my degree and I had this minor in psychology, and by the time I got there, something really important happened. They used to have at BYU a leadership committee, and they would train students who would then go around and train other student leaders. One time they had a man come to speak to us. His name was Clyde Parker, and I'd never met or heard him before, but when he spoke, I looked at him and listened, and I thought, I want to be just like that. And it was sort of like things came together for me, because when I finished my bachelor's degree, then I was able to apply for a master's degree in psychology and counseling, and I obtained that. So by that time, I was having experiences that confirmed to me that being involved with people and helping them was something that mattered a lot to me.
All right, my next topic is how appropriate is to reduce your frustration by improving your strategies. Is that good? Okay. Now look, what do we care about? What do parents care about most? They want the successful development and growth of their children. Would you agree with that? Okay. And in the end, that's all we want, really. But the problem is that the task of rearing children from birth on puts us into a relationship with them where we're trying to regulate and manage their behavior more than we're trying to promote their growth and development. So let's suppose that you made a list, 2 lists on a piece of paper, and you said, okay, what do we do inside our family to promote?
I was involved with it while I was a doctoral student at Minnesota. I worked in a counseling center there and advised the English students and did counseling with them. And it's not the same thing as a psychotherapy program dealing with serious problems, but the students would have their issues and they'd come and talk. And I found out that I not only enjoyed that, but I had some natural ability to listen, to understand, and so when people were talking, I could say, is it like this or like that? And they'd say, oh yes, you understand. And before I retired, I counted up one day, and from January to March, end of March, I had seen professionally over 20 young men. They were high school kids or college kids. And the reason I was seeing is because some had emotional problems, some had addictions, some were just messing around with their life and wasting time and so on. And I thought, good heavens, if I'm doing this, there must be large numbers of other people who are doing that. So I thought I should do something about that. So I realized that I had developed a course at BYU on emotional development, and I had the research that explained how you could promote emotional self-reliance. So I wrote a program and took it to the mayor and said, would you be interested in sponsoring this? He said he would, and then he helped get me in touch with the 9 mayors of 9 Utah cities, and they have sponsored seminars on how to promote emotional self-reliance. We're still in the middle of that. We still have people taking the course. My name is Lynn Scoresby. The best part of my life is that I'm married to a wonderful wife who I enjoy being with, and my wife and I have had 8 children. It's been my privilege to be a university professor and a practicing psychologist. I've lived what I would consider to be a full and meaningful life.